a new month reset and planning session. I'm so excited for this video, and I hope you are too, because these are some of my favorite videos to watch. I'm talking about planning sessions in Notion, digital planners, new month resets, organization. We're gonna cover all of those things today, but first and foremost, I wanna talk about why I'm doing this video at the start of October and what it kind of means. So, when it comes to the end of the year, this is the time when people kind of fall off. They forget about their New Year's resolutions, their plans for the year. If they didn't accomplish them, they kind of try and put it out of their brain and tell themselves, oh, they didn't accomplish it, we'll just wait until January. But we still have 3 full months to reflect on our goals, plan new goals, or just get back on track. This is the best time of year to do that, because entering the last quarter of the year, this is when you can get ahead of, I think the statistic is like 99% of people, because everybody puts everything off and then starts in January. And if you get on track now or plan new goals or just feel good about yourself through the end of the year, just imagine how good you're gonna feel at the start of 2025 in January. So for this video, we're gonna focus on 2 separate things. First, I wanna focus on reviewing my New Year's resolutions and goals that I set in January. And then the second part of the video is going to be reviewing September and planning for October. Something that I did maybe mid-year this year. So I think it was May. I created a Notion template. If you are into Notion, you are going to love this. If you don't know what Notion is, it's essentially an online place where you can document and keep everything in your life. It's super customizable. It's kind of like a digital diary, but you get to customize all of it. I will have the template that I'm using linked below, of course, but I created this template for a new month reset, and I have been doing it since May. And when I tell you it has changed my life so much, I mean it. I recommend it to absolutely everybody. Essentially what this Notion template is it's a reflection of the current month and then a plan for the following month. So you get to rate everything you did in the previous month, see where you can improve, and then plan based on that for the following month. I have everything in this template from personal to business and finance and health and fitness, so it really covers everything, and it gives you a really good reflection and insight into where you're at in your life and what you can improve on, and just makes goal setting and accomplishing things a little bit easier. And of course, because it's fall, we're gonna make it a cozy vibe, light a candle, get a drink, maybe eat some lunch together, but overall, let's sit down and get to planning and reflecting. Okay, we are all set and cozy in the loft/office. We've got our pumpkin candle going. We've got our pumpkin spice coffee. And the first thing that I want to do is go through my 2024 goals and intentions that I set. So I have them written down in 2 separate spots. I have them in a notebook as well as on a digital planner on my iPad. I will have this linked below. I, throughout the year, like to change things up where I plan and organize things. So I started off on the digital planner on my iPad, and then I moved to Notion, which we will go over everything. I will have this digital planner linked below. It's from Etsy. It's like $25. I recommended this to everybody when I was using it, and I still do. I absolutely love it. So first and foremost, let's start off in the notebook. This is where I have like super detailed things. First category we have is business as well as financial. So as far as business goes, let's see. 7 streams of income. As of right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got about 4 to 5, so we're almost there. Next is be consistent with the TikTok creative program, 1000%. I have been going with that every single month. And continuously, I'm actually taking on more work through the TikTok creative program, so that is a check. Grow new TikTok account. I am slowly but surely working on that. The TikTok account that I have has kind of plateaued because it had all of my old content from when I was a fitness coach, so we're working on it. Slowly but surely, that is in progress. Financial, 7 streams of income. Again, we're working on it. My financial goal for each month I have hit. My income goal for the TikTok creative program I also have hit and far surpassed, which is great. Create passive income via TikTok shop, Amazon, affiliate links, digital products, and TikTok creative program. All of those I have done except the digital products because I took a step away from that. Next was start a high yield savings account, and I did that last week. So we are there with that. So honestly, pretty good in business and financial. Next, we've got personal. So we've got health and fitness, hygiene, hobbies, routines. Starting off health and fitness, more protein, yes. More whole foods, yes. More cooking, yes. Prioritize doctor's appointments, no. We are working on that though. And consistent movement, I would say yes and no. I've been up and down with that, and that's something we're gonna be working on for the rest of the year. Next is hygiene. So I just put 2 here, weekly skin and hair health / treatments. So skin and hair health / treatments weekly, I'm gonna say no on that. I'm pretty good with my skincare every day, twice a day, yes. Taking care of my hair, not so much. We're gonna mark that as a no. Working on that. Bi-weekly nails, I would say like 80% good with that. So we're gonna mark that as a yes. Next is hobbies. Reading, yes. Doodling, no. I wanted to get back into drawing and just doodling in my free time. So that's a no. Playing the Switch. I started that a little bit. I started Dreamlight Valley, which I actually have in parentheses here. So that's a 50-50. I did start it, I did play it for a little while, but I haven't continued with it. And thrifting, yes, I have been doing that a lot lately, actually. I did it a couple days ago. I've been doing it almost every weekend for like a month now. If you didn't see my last Fall Diaries vlog, go check it out. We went thrifting, got some really good finds. This top is actually thrifted, so yes. For routines, all I put was having multiple variations of each routine. Now, what that means to me is, for example, for my morning routine, having a more complex morning routine and a more simple morning routine. As somebody with ADHD, I get executive dysfunction a lot, which basically just means you don't have a crap ton of motivation to do everything. Your brain gets super, super overwhelmed and burnt out. And sometimes when I wake up that way, I feel guilty for not being able to do my morning routine or do my normal routine throughout the day. So having a simpler one as well as a complex one makes it a lot easier to still have a routine, but it's easier on my brain. And that is a yes, that I have done. Next category is relationships. So get better at setting boundaries. Yes, your girl has finally gotten better at that. Don't let others control you. Yes. I'm working on that a little bit, but I would mark that as a yes. Enjoy your own time better / more. Yes, I've actually gotten really good at that, and I prioritize that a lot, so I love that. Find the friend. I wouldn't say that has happened yet, but that's okay because we're working on us. And talk to my dad more. Yes, that is a yes. And that's everything that was in my notebook. So let's move on to my iPad. See what we've got here. So under goals and future planning, the first one, financial security, is a yes. 2, stay on top of taxes. If you're a business owner, if you don't know, you have to pay your taxes quarterly. It's an estimated amount, and that's a yes. Next was consistent workbook sales. Again, that workbook is something I diverted away from, so we're not really going to focus on that. And then my last one was set up my LLC for all of my content stuff. That I have not done, which is going to be done soon. And that's everything for my goals. So I think we did pretty good. Now that we've gone over and reviewed all the goals I set for the year and saw how much we've accomplished, I want to go ahead and kind of review some new goals for the year. I'm gonna go through everything we just went through, star the things that I didn't accomplish as of yet, and then set some new goals as well. I'm gonna write them here in my notebook so that we can transfer them when we do our new month reset for October. Okay, so as far as our goals for the remainder of the year go, the 3 that I took from the ones that I did not accomplish this year yet is to grow my new TikTok account, be consistent with movement. I want to add the gym back into my routine and focus on my knee health. I hurt my knee back in May and I had to give up weight training, and I've been a little nervous to work out with anything other than walking. But as a former personal trainer, I know how important it is to strengthen the knee and keep moving it. So we are getting back into the gym and also play Disney Dreamlight Valley on the Switch on my downtime. And then the 2 new goals for the rest of the year that I've added is to save in my high yield savings account for a move and savings outside of that as well. And then last but not least is to post here consistently on YouTube. As far as these goals go, for the next 3 months, we're gonna go ahead and add them into our Notion template when I do my monthly resets. I might add some of these into October, but let's jump into the actual new month reset, which is reviewing September and planning for October. Okay, so here's our October monthly reset dashboard. As you can see, it's broken down into 2 separate sections: previous month review and new month planning and goals. So under each section, you've got 3 separate sections: one for finance and work, next personal, aka productivity, discipline, mindfulness, relaxation, etc., all of the things, and health and fitness. Underneath, we've got an overall monthly rating, lesson learned, and final thoughts. For the new month planning and goals, again, same 3 topics as well as a word and focus of the month, and then just as a reminder, adding dates to calendars, and we're going to go ahead and make a Pinterest and vision board for the month to get ahead of the vibes and just set the tone. So let's go ahead and start with our previous month review, finances and work. So this is super unique to me, and again, I'm going to have this entire template linked down below in the description box so you can all use it, download it, add it to Notion. Whether you like Notion, whether you're not used to Notion, this is a template that you can just kind of copy and paste, but you can also make it your own. So for me, the first thing that I have is to transfer all completed UGC videos to Google Drive and delete from phone. This is just a reminder to go ahead and clean out my phone and my storage. Next is to fill in my income and expenses. Since we're starting with finances and work, I like to go in through September and log all of my income and expenses. And again, I have that in a separate Notion template. So we're not going to do that together because you guys don't need to see my income, and I'm not sure that you necessarily care. But next, we've got total number of collabs for the month. And again, you can make this yours and customize it to yourself, but I like to keep note of this to see the progress that I'm making. We're not necessarily going to go over that, but what I do want to start with you guys is what went well. So as far as September goes in finances and work, what went well? I actually had my highest paying month in business yet, so that is really well as far as finances and work go. I also got back into YouTube this month, which has been on my 2024 to-do list for literally the whole year, so that is a huge plus. I also got a lot of UGC offerings and deals through the TikTok Creative Program, and that is my main focus as far as my job and UGC goes, so that is huge for me as well, so I'm super grateful for that. Next is what can you improve on for next month? For me personally, I've noticed since I started YouTube and have had some more UGC deals, like I said before, my workload has been higher and I've had a hard time detaching from work and kind of just relaxing. So I'd say that's something I definitely need to improve on for next month because I can so see burnout happening if I don't. And then an overall rating 1 to 10 for finances and work specifically. I would say this is a really good month for me, so I'm going to give it a 9.5. So we can go ahead and collapse finances and work and move on to personal. What went well this month for personal? I would say I was actually pretty good this month in doing what I said I was going to do, and that goes for just keeping promises to myself. That's something that I struggle with a lot, and because I have ADHD, I can either get super overwhelmed or get distracted by the goals set forth for myself and then divert into other goals. So this month, I would say I was pretty disciplined in keeping promises to myself. I'd also say I kept myself pretty productive. That's something that I go up and down with again because of the ADHD and the lack of focus, but because I had more on my plate this month, I think I balanced everything pretty well, so productivity was good. What can you improve on for next month personally? Right off the bat, no relaxation, like we mentioned before, but taking work out of it, just relaxing personally, as well as mindfulness. I did not do enough meditating and journaling this month, and I can definitely feel towards the end of the month, my brain's kind of like exploding a little bit with all of the information up there. So I would definitely say relaxation and mindfulness. Meditating and journaling specifically. Overall rating 1 to 10. Let's see. I would say This was a good month as well because I was productive and I kept promises to myself. Those are two of my biggest struggles personally, so I would give this like an 8.5. Moving on to health and fitness, what went well? Okay, I am so proud of myself. Over the last 2 weeks, I have tried my best to cut out a majority of processed foods and eat more whole foods. I just feel I've worked so much better. I feel so much better when I do that, and I have a really hard time with keeping balance sometimes. As somebody who works from home and is home a lot, I don't always have the discipline to not just grab something quick or snack or pop something in the microwave, and I've been really good about that. So I would say eating whole foods and cooking more. I've also been really good at least getting on my walking pad. I would say 5 out of 6 days of the week if I don't get out or go to the gym. What can I improve on for next month? I would say definitely getting back into the gym, strengthening my knee, and drinking more water. I've done really good with my nutrition, but I feel like my water intake has been down and I've been getting more headaches, so that's probably dehydration. And then overall rating 1 to 10, I would say because of the whole foods and cooking and the nutrition being on point, that is really good for me. The walking pad was good as well, so let's go ahead and give this an 8.2. And then let's go ahead and tally up our overall rating. So we're going to go ahead for work and finance, 9.5, plus a personal was 8.5, plus health and fitness was 8.2. Divide that by 3, we get an 8.73, which is really good. That's actually great on my little scale, and I like to kind of highlight that in green, so when I go through and look, I can see what my overall ratings were and how good they were, you know? I'm gonna do green. Beautiful. Lessons learned and final thoughts. I would say my biggest lesson from this month is it's great to be busy and productive, but it is so important to remember that without relaxation and taking moments for yourself, you can quickly burn out, and that productivity and discipline can go right out the window. And then you're going to be back at square one and feeling down, and it's going to take a while to build back up that discipline and productivity. So I would say productivity and being busy is great, but it's so important to take time for yourself and find a work-life balance. Also, this month having my highest income month, as well as getting more work within my business and UGC, I think it's so important to keep in mind that you are capable of so much more, and that it's important to remember that when it's time for you to reach the goals that you have for yourself, it will come, and not to rush it. So also, I am reaching my goals when they are meant to find me. That's the overall gist of the previous month. Moving on to October, the new month planning and goals. Again, same system here, but the breakdown is a little bit different. So personally, what new goals do I plan for myself? Let's go ahead and look at the new goals that I set for myself from the beginning of the year, as well as what new goals I want to focus on. So personally, what do we have? And then what else do we want to focus on for October? Personally, because this is my favorite season of the year, I love everything about fall. I really, really, really want to embrace fall and do more fall things. Maybe get out, go to pumpkin patches, or just go out and do some things because it's Florida, it's really hot, and I don't really get much fall unless I'm in my apartment. So I want to embrace fall more. Now for work and finance for my business, I plan to, again, the goals that I wrote down are grow my new TikTok account, post consistently on YouTube. What else? Of course, again, like I mentioned before, my main focus in UGC and my business is the TikTok creative program, so I would love to just continue to grow on that. For finances, let's go surpass last month's income, save in my high yield savings account, and then last I'm going to do pay more than usual towards credit card. For nutrition, I really want to continuously make more whole foods and cook more. Slightly increase protein. Protein is always a main focus for me, but I really want to ensure that it slowly increases. If you are on a health and fitness journey, this is a side note, but if you're on a health and fitness journey, make sure that whatever your goals are, do not go 0 to 100 and slowly increase. And that's exactly what we're doing with our protein. And then, of course, like we said before, increase water intake. For fitness, I plan to back into the gym with consistent movement. I want to focus on my knee health, and keep up with walking pad, but increase to 6K per day. So as of right now on my walking pad, I'm getting anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day. So if I can slowly increase to 6,000 per day, that would be ideal. And then something else I added here is to make my workout plan. Now this is key. If you struggle with your health and fitness, this is so good. If at the beginning of the month or at the end of the previous month, you create your workout routine for the entire month, you don't even have to think about it. So I'm not going to do that with you guys because that would kind of take a little bit and everybody's workout routine is going to look a little bit different. But I have linked here a new page where you can kind of just add something in here, nothing specific. So that is that. So once that's done, you would just check that off to make sure that's good. Moving on, word and focus of the month. Let's see. For October, I think I have 2 words. So because it's fall, my favorite time of year, we have our fall diary series going on here on YouTube, and YouTube's going to be a huge focus for me through the end of the year. I think for October, I want my words to be cozy and creative. I am a huge creative. I love editing vlogs. As you can tell in my last fall diaries vlog, I had so much fun editing it. I love recording. I love everything about YouTube. I love making vision boards and Pinterest boards, which you will see next. And everything about fall is cozy to me. So cozy and creative, it's a good combination of personal, being cozy, and work in what I do is super creative. So cozy and creative. Focus of the month. Let's see. Ensure to enjoy fall more with coziness and creativity throughout my business and personal life. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums that up. So that pretty much wraps up the new month planning goals as far as the Notion board goes. Now at the end, I put then add dates to calendars, meetings, appointments, reminders, tasks. As of right now, I don't think I have any meetings or appointments for October. So that is good. But if you have any, that's what you would do now. And then make Pinterest and vision board. This is my absolute favorite thing to do. So what we do is we go into Pinterest and we search up October vibes, October aesthetic, whatever specific aesthetic you're looking for. So if it's books, if it's coziness, if it's coffees, if it's Starbucks, if it's coffee shops, if it's Gilmore Girls, if it's fall movies, if this is going to be a Halloween, fall, spooky vibes kind of vision board, we save them all to our computer and then we upload them to Canva to make both a laptop background and an iPhone background. And when we do that, then we send them and we upload them. So every time we open our computer and our phone, we get the vibes. And then it just sets the aesthetic. It sets the vibes. I keep saying aesthetic and vibes. You remember the goals that you set. So it kind of connects the goals that you set with the aesthetic and it all just meshes together. So let's do that. Okay, so there we have it. I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration to reset and plan for October, as well as review your goals from the beginning of the year. Remember that you can still accomplish them, you can still set new goals, and to get ahead for 2025. Again, all of the things I mentioned will be linked below, as well as the Notion template. So let me know, leave a comment if you love this kind of video, if you like to reset, if you like the Notion template, if you have any specific questions on Notion. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next video.